So we're gonna see DrZ face off against Bubbles. Thanks for everyone for being patient. Well, we got all the technical issues with the servers sorted out. This is going to be Grim Dungeons DM14. It's going to be some crazy wild action. Of course, it is Clan Arena. It is 5v5 for the North Americans tuning in bright and early. It's around 10 a.m. Over here on the East Coast of the United States. We're used to seeing 4v4 Clan Arena, so it's kind of a rare thing to see 5v5. I would say that this is going to be our first coverage of a 5v5 setup. Sam, what are your thoughts about the team size? You know, do you have any preferences? Do you like 5v5 versus the 4v4? What's your take?
I think it's generally, I mean, they're both obviously, they both work. We know that they're both fun. I think 5 can be a lot more tactical in terms of you can always end up with a 1v3 or a 1v4 and stuff like that, and actually end up coming back and winning if you've gotten them weak. So I think it can be exciting, but I do think that 4v4 is probably more suited for competition play in the long run. But right now, you know, it's what's the standard, and I'm sure it might change in the future.
Right. Well, and I always have found this interesting how, depending on, you know, the side of the pond that people hail from, you know, we have issues like, you know, kind of different takes on rule sets and team sizes. We saw this happen in, for those that don't know, Quake Live TV crew came from covering enemy territory Quake Wars, and for the longest time there was a difference in sort of rule sets and who was quickest to adopt various pro settings and rule sets. So this is kind of entertaining for us because we see how the North Americans kind of adopted the 4v4, and it seems like 5v5 is popular on the other side. So I'm really looking forward to this, frankly. I'm wondering if it's going to be a little bit too spammy, because I think, you know, I mean, of course that is what Clan Arena is.
Yeah, I'm a bit afraid of that as well. I mean, DM14 is not a very open map,
Right.
So there's going to be a lot of raping, I think, in the beginning. You know, especially the spawns are going to matter. If you get caught, let's say in the in that rocket room, and you're trying to escape to maybe a meeting area that you've set up with your teammates. Often, if the round might start by the time you get there, and you could get, you know, 2-on-1, 3-on-1, and you know, already you're off with a one-man down situation, and that's really hard to come back from. I mean, I don't know if you've ever played some CA1, but when you're playing on CA1, those first kills you can get from, say, like a telefrag often decide the round. Mm-hmm. So it is very, you know, it's a very hard map. DM14, you might get stuck.
Yeah. And
what's your thoughts? I mean, what's your favorite map?
Well, I would say for Clan Arena, it's either going to be, of course, DM6, or it's going to be. I actually really like Asylum. I really feel like that map because you're really never safe in it. You know, you're always having to cover pretty much like 5 or 6 different angles. You know, and so it forces teams to play together because they have to watch each other's back. On a map like this, you have so many tight corridors that you can, you know, kind of duck behind areas and get out of sight of the other team. And on Asylum, you just don't have that luxury. So I really like sort of the different play style that it presents.
I love CA1's definitely my favorite map, but I am very much a railer, so that could be that too. I think what we're going to see here, though, is it's all going to come down to the communication between the teams and being able to time. You know, often, I don't know if you've played actual Clan Arena games, but they always set up meeting points, and often you'll be adapting during the game. Okay, let's move from RA to Quad Room, for example. I think they're going to be trying to hold that Mega Health Room. I think that's going to be vital, and I suppose the other entry room might be a Quad Room. So, I mean, what do you think? How's it going to play out in terms of communication and tactics on this one?
Well, one of my thoughts is, you know, a lot of players that play Clan Arena probably have a little bit of team deathmatch under their belts, and so I would imagine setting up at Quad would be very comfortable for them. because they've already got that sort of ingrown strategy from the team deathmatch days before Clan Arena existed. So I imagine we're going to see setups at both RA and Quad. Of course, without those items there for the teams to grab, but I think that we'll see some of the traditional setups there.
I think it's going to be hard. I mean, there's going to be a lot of grenade spam. I'm sure of that, and there's going to be, if you're in the quad room, they're going to be spamming into the entryways. I think the team that stays the most disciplined and doesn't, stray off individually is going to do better. But anyway, we're about to. We've got readies up going around. It's 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're about to get live, and we're away.
Yeah, we got the round beginning here in 3. And, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I would say in some cases maybe RA is going to be a better place to set up, where the RA
Bubbles are taking 2 down. It's a 4-on-3 right now. So straight away we're off to a good start for the DrZ team from Sweden.
And it looks like they're kind of in the bottom lower passages of the map, and they're taking different places. We got Poomer over near the battle suit, and he's been joined by a teammate. They're kind of sticking to the lower passageways of the map, and that gives them a lot of cover. They can basically just peek out whenever they're ready. And there it is, and Kalo makes a move and gets torn as he pulls in on RA.
Yeah, they've managed to bring it back as a 2-on-1. Blue actually ended up having a 3-on-4 situation and winning it. But I think that was a position where DrZ really needed to stick to discipline and not stray and attack as a team. Anyway, straight over to the next round now. It's still a 5-on-5. You have Bubbles really holding up that mega health room.
Yeah, Tua gets first blood there, and now yeah,
you've got a lot of grenade spam going into the quadrant.
And I tend to talk about this map in terms of team deathmatch item placement. So I think we should be clear about that. When I was talking about RA, I was talking about the same place you're talking about.
Yeah. So there we go. We've got a 3-on-4 now in favor of Bubbles. There's a lot of camping going on right now. I think that is expected on this map because no team wants to do the first attacking. You've got.
It seems like Kalo seems to be the lead guy. We've seen him pop in here. He's the one that's risking his life through all the nade spam and around the corners there. And he kind of peeks in, takes a shot, and pops back out. Both teams not willing to show their faces.
Now they're attacking, and you've got DrZ. They've managed to take down 2 and make it a 3-on-2, but now they get 1 back, and suddenly another one comes back, and Bubbles is 2-on-1.
We got a 1-on-1 situation, and it's going to be Bubbles. Scoot coming out on top with a nice rail to finish off the round. We're moving into the 3rd round. Bubbles currently sitting with a score of 2-0, and this next round has started. We're going to watch Scoot's point of view here. He hasn't found any of his teammates. He's making a push. And he's being chased down here by Poomer, and Poomer is able to pull down Scoots without taking a lot of damage. Poomer hopping into the quad area is facing a 2-on-1 situation and gets shafted by Forever, and Forever's down to now 20 health, and he's popping around jump pads, and now he's being forced back into the quad area with a great rail. He pulls down his opponent sitting there with 2 health. We're going to go take a look at his teammate. We've got Shanter sitting at 11 health, and he is the final man standing here for the DrZ. Pulls down Silence.
Had a 5-on-3. It's now a 1-on-1 situation. 2 health versus 11 health.
11 health, yeah. So pretty much the next guy to breathe on the other will come out on top. We're going to watch Shanter's point of view here with his 11 health. He has the, quote, slightly better stack. I don't know if you could call it that. But he's looking to try to get his team on the board here. They have spotted each other, so just even a little bit of splash damage will kill either of these guys.
I think Forever doesn't really have a clue how weak Shanter is. He's got the rail and the rocket out, when really he should be definitely using that SG.
Oh, wow. Almost pulls down Shanter with a nice predicted rocket there.